What the did I just watch? Hello everyone, and welcome to Lost in the Reel. Today I'm going to be talking about the twisted new psychological horror film, We Need to Do Something. The movie had its world premiere at the Tribeca Film Festival and will be released by IFC MIDNIGHT in theaters and on video on demand September 3rd. We Need to Do Something is directed by Shawn O'Grady and written by Max Booth III based upon his novella of the same name. It stars Vinessa Shaw, Sierra McCormick, John James Cronin, Lisette Alexis, and Pat Healy. After Melissa and her family seek shelter from a storm, they become trapped in their bathroom. With no sign of rescue, hours turn to days, and Melissa comes to realize that she and her girlfriend Amy might have something to do with the horrors that threaten to tear her family and the entire world apart. We Need to Do Something is another of this year's horror films that is filmed nearly entirely in one location, the aforementioned bathroom. And while some of these other bare-bones movies felt very limited in their approach, this crazy psycho horror packs all of the punch and the bite that you could ask for in a midnight movie. The small space camera work in this movie, done by Shane Patrick Ford, is miraculous in that it makes this one location feel endless in its expansiveness. There was not a single moment that I felt tired of this space, as the claustrophobia added a tension and anxiety that was impossible to shake. Even though there have been many films similar to that of We Need to Do Something, with a small group of people trapped in a space, while post-apocalyptic shenanigans happen outside the safety of the four walls, 10 Cloverfield Lane comes to mind, no movie has done it quite like this one. The cast is all uniformly excellent, although I do think that each performer is almost acting on a different level. But that also has to do with their wildly different characterizations, that it makes you wonder how they ever existed in the same household before this catastrophic event even happened. Pat Healy as the alcoholic abusive father is outrageously manic, and his outbursts only add to the uneasiness of the movie. The always excellent Vinessa Shaw is much more grounded in her approach as the matriarch, and is really the only character you feel like you can trust to make any sort of rational decision. John James Cronin as the young boy Bobby is the innocent of the group who is put through absolute hell. And lastly, Sierra McCormick as Melissa, our lead, teeters on the edge of you hating her one second and then all of a sudden feeling empathetic for her the next. The psychological warfare that happens amongst this family is almost more anxiety-inducing than the disturbing physical horror. Pretty much throughout this entire movie, my mouth was agape in shock, horror, and disgust. As the film begins to unravel, these insane moments keep getting thrown at you, barely letting you catch a breath until they release another shocker. Some of these bits I cannot unsee, even though I most certainly would like to. Just be prepared to buckle yourself in for a wild, disgusting ride, and it's probably best you don't eat a big meal before you take this journey. One thing I must say though, is that Shawn O'Grady's film does not pull itself together in the end. The meaning behind all of this madness is unclear, and really up to you if you want to look deeper into finding an allegorical significance or not. I am truly conflicted with this movie because there are a lot of flaws here, including the fact that I don't think the film really knows exactly what it wants to be. A supernatural horror film, a teen witch thriller a la The Craft, a schlocky grindhouse flick, a psychological family drama. There is a lot going on here, and not all of it works. But when it does work, it is operating on a whole nother level. As the 80s dance pop single, Never Gonna Give You Up, plays during the end credits, I couldn't help but feel like this was all one cheeky, sick, twisted joke. And I think I'm okay with that. So I will be giving We Need to Do Something 3.25 tongues out of 5. Although this psychological horror film does not come together cohesively in the end, it is still an insidious, nasty ride that is destined to be a huge hit in the midnight movie circuit. Thank you so much for watching Lost in the Reel. We will see you soon.